Welcome to the 34th episode of Indie and Music Industry World. Ladies and gentlemen, Matthew Thomas. I don't see ya right now, yeah. Thank you so much for being my podcast. Welcome to Indian Music Industry World. I've listened to your music and it's amazing. Congrats so much.
Thank you so much. I appreciate that.
Yeah, you just like you mix a lot more style. That's crazy. That's amazing. Which are your inspiration in
Like my
music?
music inspiration. Yeah. I would say like artist wise, I'm really big into like Ed Sheeran, Charlie Puth,
Yeah,
Maroon
I feel it.
5. Yeah, those are probably my top three.
That's amazing. How is Born losing game? Because it's just like very particular. It's something different as in a sound and lyrics. You cool. It's cool.
Thank you. What was your question about losing game in particular? You said.
I was born the track from the lyrics to the melodies too. How did you create it?
Okay. Yeah. So I wrote it last year with two of my friends and usually when I go in the studio, I usually give like a reference track to something that like I've been listening to, and I'm like, oh, that'd be something cool to like kind of use that as like a step in the right direction of what I want to make. And hey, sorry, I'm on an interview right now. What's up? Sorry. Yeah. So basically, the song was kind of created from the aspect of like dating can sometimes feel like a losing game, and the melodies was like something that I always come up with in the studio. It's kind of hard to explain how I come up with them. They just kind of come up in like your brain like right when it happens. But yeah, I mean, I would say the song was meticulously made around the idea of like that dating can feel like a losing game.
Yeah. Do you generally talk about your life, just like in this case of the track, or maybe you count on something in general about what is happening around in the life of someone? How are you were inspired to write it?
Yeah, so I mean, it's usually inspired by my own life. Um, for me, dating has felt like a losing game for a long time. Um, I mean, I know that's not going to always be the fact, but it has for a long time. And then my other songs have been about things that I've either gone through or things that I feel like are very like relatable for someone like in their 20s or young adult, early like adults.
That's amazing. How much was hard to create the real good sound of the track? Because I feel like there was something like when I've listened the studio version is just like live. Seems like to be in a live studio. I think that it's an hard work. There's an hard work behind.
Oh yeah, no, my producer, his name is Jonathan Beard. He is one of the best producers I know. Like, if you ever want a producer like interview, you should definitely reach out to him. I feel like he could give you a lot of insight on like what it's like to actually produce a song and just like the music industry itself. He's getting ready to go on tour soon, so like he's a really cool guy. But he also is like very like quote unquote a perfectionist when it comes to like his work in the studio.
Yeah, amazing. Have you just planned some shows around Nashville or maybe around the U.S. now?
Yeah, so I played 2 shows last year in Nashville. I played a headline show and then I played like a pop showcase. But I really want to play more shows in Nashville and in like the U.S. Just, gotta have that demand before I can do that, because like venues aren't really gonna take a chance on someone that can't sell tickets.
Yeah.
So that's why it's cool to do interviews like this, because then more people are gonna hear about me, and hopefully that will resonate to the streams and people being able to buy concert tickets.
Yeah. I was very curious about Sad Boy. The EP is amazing. You mix It's a mix of more sounds and the lyrics too. I was so inspired by this project, and it was absolutely cool. How is the creation of all the tracks? It seems like there's a storytelling behind. You know,
Yes, there was definitely a lot of storytelling behind it. I mean, I wrote that EP probably 3 or 4 years ago. So, like, it's hard to remember exactly how I felt during the times when I wrote it, but I would say that, like, obviously, like, Breathe was one of the toughest songs I've ever written because it's about anxiety, it's about, mental health, it's about really any feeling of like you don't know how to survive in this life anymore because life can be really hard sometimes, and if you don't have the support system or just the mental capacity to be able to handle it, it can get even harder. Not to say I've always had a great support system, but sometimes you, even just mentally, you're like, oh my gosh, I don't know how I'm gonna be able to handle this because I'm the only one living in my brain. And then, like Scared, I think that was on the EP. Wait, no, that was on Emotions. I'm trying to remember what songs were even on this EP. But like Together, I wrote that song about my mom. She went through like a 14-hour surgery about like 2.5 years ago, and I mean, she almost died. Like, just to not even just sugarcoat it, like it was a lot. And I was moving to Nashville like right when that surgery was happening, so like it was really scary not knowing if she was gonna be okay. But obviously, I didn't officially move here until I knew that she was gonna at least be okay.
that's amazing.
Yeah.
It's just like a connection. I feel like just like a lot of connected with the words of the tracks and the melodies. It's just like a real incredible mashup. How was the creation of Walls too?
Walls, yeah.
It's amazing.
So I wrote Walls with my producer Michael. He's also an artist himself. He's really talented. Yeah, like we wrote that. I mean, I had an idea of just like wanting it to be kind of like an acoustic song, super like not super crazy production. Like nothing like no like extra bells and whistles and stuff like that. But with that song, I wrote it from the aspect for myself at least. I am always afraid to put down my walls because I've been hurt a lot in the past, and I'm an overthinker. I overthink about a lot of things, and I'm afraid to let people in. But you never know what's gonna happen when you do let people in. Sometimes it can really be great, and sometimes those fears of being hurt, sometimes they come true. So you just have to be willing to take the chance, I guess. But for me, it was like that song is just like a way of me knowing that it is okay to put down my walls, but it's also okay for me to, have my guard up too.
Amazing. Will they be part of a new EP or an album, or you prefer to share track by track?
So I will say right now I'm doing track by track, but I do have something in the works. I can't really talk about it too much, but yeah, I'll say stay tuned because hopefully next year we'll have something that might be a compilation of songs that you guys haven't even heard yet. So
yeah, that's just like an interesting word behind all your tracks. That's the sound is something cool, and I cannot wait to listen you live. How much it's hard to be independent in Nashville? Have you got the support of the radios too, or is it hard?
So Nashville has a lot of independent radio stations, which actually is really cool. Because I mean, I think that's what's great about living in a town like this is that it is supported about music. Like it is the music city. So there are a lot of people that are like wanting to see you win. And there's local radio stations like Radio Sobro, another one. That's probably the biggest one. And then there's definitely some other like smaller like independent radio stations that usually just submit your songs and they'll like try to get you on a slot. I haven't really pushed too much into that. I'm really big into like word of mouth, so I'll just like tell pretty much anyone I meet about my music.
It's
I,
amazing, you know. I think
yeah,
that you will have a big career because your music is different. That's maybe what we need, you know, something different to listen, and you do this. So congrats so much, you know. I cannot wait to listen to you live soon. I will try to text me, you know, and you totally got my support. I
I
will also
appreciate.
share everything, all your music, and you know, congrats so much.
I appreciate you, man. That means a lot. I you're in Dallas, Texas, right?
Right now, yeah, I'll be here for some months, and then I go back to Italy. Yeah.
Okay. Well, if I don't get to make it out to a show in Dallas, I would love to play in Italy someday. So,
Yeah,
like,
you totally got my support, you know, for just like plan. I got friends in music too, man, that maybe they will be just like curious to listen to your music, cause yeah, you totally. I will share everything.
thank you. I appreciate that. I mean,
Yeah,
I want to tour the whole world someday. That's my ultimate dream, and I want to be able to just like scream about my problems that I go through. Like, and if someone else is dealing with the same thing, I want them to be able to know that they're not alone. Like that's like the best feeling is knowing that you can help someone that just might be struggling like a lot.
you will do this, you know, cause your music is amazing. You know, you bring something that is not around, and you know, it's something in good. Absolutely.
Thank you. No,
You're
I
welcome.
really,
Thank you
yeah,
so
yeah,
much for accept the interview with me, and you know, you totally got my support.
yeah. No, honestly, like thank you for asking me to do this. This is like so much fun.
Yeah. Thank you so much. Bye.
See ya.
See ya.